X-Men issue number 6. Born with incredible superhuman abilities, mutants have long been persecuted for the differences. The mutant heroes known as the X-Men were trained by Professor Charles Xavier to use their powers to protect the world that hates and fears them and bridge the growing divide between humanity and mutant kind. The X-Men. The X-Men have been investigating a series of unusual X-gene activations among adults. When a new mutant, Ben Liu, lost control of his power and warped reality, the X-Men faked his death and brought him to the factory, their new headquarters in Alaska. Psylocke and Kid Omega used their psychic powers to delve into the mind of Ben, where they were attacked by the powerful telepath Cassandra Nova. They learned that Nova is a member of the mysterious new group called 3K, who are abducting humans and somehow forcibly activating mutant powers within them. Merle, Alaska. So we see a group of protesters outside of the X-Base protesting, with a child by their side. Kid Omega and Temper are outside looking. As Kid Omega discusses how he could retaliate and make these people turn on one another with his psychic abilities, he chooses not to. But we see the little girl show the midnight symbol, the symbol for a mutant. Next, we see the X-Men and a group sitting together. They're being lectured by Beast on what's going on with the new mutants. Beast lets them know that they've encountered adult-onset mutants on 3 different occasions. One at the Orcus Ford School, Agents in Santa Marco, Benjamin Liu in San Francisco, and Jennifer Starkey in Detroit. We've also collected samples collected in Santa Marco by Magic. Next sample I collect from them is going to be a head McCoy. Subtext. Regardless, we know that there is no mutant contagion. Instead, we have developed a process to artificially encourage the X gene in adult Homo sapiens. Sapiens causing a change to Homo sapiens superior. Some would say my ass is Cassandra's Nova thought form that barfed into my brain that said as much. Which is disturbing, as I was present when we left her 2 billion years in the past. And Nova's colleagues. She's not working alone, is she? No, according to Quentin and Quantum Psychic Exploration, she's a member of a group called 3K. Who they are is currently unknown. Fascinating. What do we call these new mutants? Homo sapiens superior nova? We call them mutants. Allow me to be clear. I make no distinction between mutants born and mutants made, and neither will the X-Men. You are welcome here, brother, sister, and we will know by whatever names you choose for yourselves. I guess, thanks. I don't have anywhere to go back to, and the world thinks I'm dead. I bred my life when I was crazy. I can't go back to Detroit, not looking like this, and the upstarts are still out there. Magneto is correct. Ben, I would strongly recommend you to stay here until you understand a little more about your powers. And Jennifer, Hank can help you understand the needs of your new physiology. There's a place at the factory for both of you, as long as you want to stay. Why'd these two get thrown back into the world when the Santa Marco 6 got teleported away? At this point, I couldn't say. Mr. Liu was abducted, as was Mrs. Starkey. Based on the missing time, she's reported. Both activated after the processing, while the Santa Marco 6 all activated at once, indicating a possible partnership between 3K and the Ford School. Perhaps the 6 are in 3K's custody. My best guess, Cassandra Nova and her compatriots are refining their process, refining that requires constant practice. Whether they thought of Ben and Jennifer's failures to be discarded or subjects to be monitored, I can't tell. Can't you? I don't know. Do science about it. You're the Beast, come on. I'm saying I'm doing my best. As aware, you are aware, the Beast, who was cutting-edge technology, is dead. I'm trying to catch up, but I am missing many of the years in research and self-improvement that he enjoyed. I want the Santa Marco 6, McCoy, and I wasn't kidding about the head. I've got business. Welcome to the species, you two. I hope you know what, forget it. Let's break. Glob, is there anything for lunch? Is there ever? I made quiche. I remember when you were a budding mutant terrorist, and now quiche? You don't have to have any. Hey, I didn't say that. We see Magic and Temper annoyed by the conversation between Glob and Omega Kid. They have something they need to do, and Magic needs Temper's help. Temper is informing Magic what happened earlier with the young girl and the protesters, how she showed the midnight symbol and she was a mutant, but it must be a trap.
She's a minor. If they bring her here, she's definitely bound to get in trouble and bring the authorities straight to the X-Men. This is the kind of trap where mutants are going to look like freaks for grabbing a minor. They need to ask Cyclops for permission. But both of these mutants are headstrong and they go on with their mission. They've done intel on the child. Her name is Piper Cobb, daughter of Rose Cobb, who is a protester and part of the Truth Seekers, who doesn't believe that the mutants should be in their country, as in their state as well. They believe the mutants have an infectious disease that can turn people into mutants. That's what she's afraid is going to happen to her daughter. All of a sudden, Piper's mom feels really tired and she falls asleep on the couch. And she's like, "Mom." Magically, magic appears with a portal with Temper right in the home of Piper. Temper informs the young girl that she saw her signal early this morning and that they've come to talk to her. We are the X-Men. Jump to the danger room inside the Alaskan facility. We see Psylocke and Cyclops training in combat, along with Dr. McCoy speaking to Max. Max lets him know that he won't turn into the evil mastermind Beast that was a supervillain. He won't allow it. Beast is actually a clone of the original Beast, who became an evil mastermind and tried to destroy numerous X-people. Beating his head over learning this high-level genetics, he's trying to give the powers back to Max and learn a way to help save him so he can do more than just sit in this chair. Back to Magic and Temper, Piper is shocked what they did to her mother. She doesn't know how to take it, and they let her know it's not her fault. She breaks down crying and hugs Temper. Piper lets Temper and Magic know that she doesn't think she's a mutant, but one time she almost got the town killed by activating the Iron Giant, the humongous sentinel that's hovering over the Alaskan town. We see Jennifer and McCoy become more friends. They both relate because of their mutant genetic displacement in society with their characteristics. They can relate. Next, Temper and Magic arrive with Piper. They brought a child here, and Cyclops knows exactly what's going on. He wished he was informed, but he wants to know what's going on now. And she lets him know that it was her. It was her fault, the Iron Knight. The Wild Sentinel was after her and chased her to the Alaskan city of Murrow. The Iron Knight! What does the town of Murrow, Alaska owe the X-Men? Where did the defunct Sentinel looming over the town come from? And more importantly, what was it after? Let's see what happens in the next riveting issue of X-Men #7.